Monday, May 31st, 2021, and the morning edition is live. On today's show, the new COVID vaccination numbers are out. We're going backyard farming. COVID-19 leads a musician to finding his gift. And DeAndre helps the Phoenix Suns take back home court advantage in the NBA playoffs. So let's start the morning off right. It's the start of yet another productive week. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning edition. I'm LaDawn Davis.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. I'm Charles Fisher.
Oh, Fisher, you didn't get the memo this morning.
No, I didn't get the memo to wear blue. You didn't
Special lady I didn't
even hear from you on the weekend.
I had a good weekend. I was having a great time with friends. I, had to catch up with them.
Normally on the weekend, LaDawn will text me and say, Fisher, how you doing? This is what we're doing for Monday. I wonder what was up this weekend.
I had a good time. Really good time.
I'll hear about this when we come off here. This is not for everybody to hear. But I had a great weekend as well. You know, these bones are getting old, so I decided to just rest this weekend. Had a good watch and just watch the NBA playoffs. No, I use Western oil. Western oil seems to crack it up a little much better.
Grease and oil?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so I could watch some NBA and had a good time. Eat a lot.
I see DeAndre, he
had a good game yesterday. Beat the Los Angeles Lakers, so I was extra happy yesterday. The Clippers won last night.
You don't like the Lakers?
The Clippers won last night. The fans, just the fans sometimes. I love the team, but I just don't like the fans sometimes.
And I see Jasmine has a good story with Barefoot.
Barefoot this morning, part of the 85th anniversary. What are we giving away this morning? What are we giving away? Give us a tribute.
We're supposed to be giving away
we're supposed to be giving away a t-shirt.
You don't have a question? I mean, you have these easy questions, so we gotta find something hard.
I'll get a question. We're going to give out another 2 t-shirts this morning. Something, those prizes went by fast on Friday.
We got like, what, maybe 4 persons who called or more?
4 persons in the less than a minute, but let me think of a question. Still relaxed from the weekend, but while I do that, let's take it out to the streets to our Desmond Sanders, who's starting the week off with traffic.
Well, Charles and LaDawn, I'm coming out here live at Bahamas Games Boulevard near the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium under partly cloudy conditions, and things are picking up here. Activity is picking up steam here at the Bahamas Games Boulevard. I'm ready to start my week, and it's a great week so far. Monday, always a great day. And joining me on the broadcast traffic segment this morning, I have Corporal Patrick Kemp from the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division. Any traffic diversions that the motoring public need to be aware of this morning?
Good morning, Mr. Sanders, and good morning, Bahamas. Well, as it stands now, got some information for you that Cable Bahamas, they intend on doing some road works, some trenching and installing some manholes. And this will take place from the intersection of Carmichael and Gladstone Road, heading west to the Coral Harbour roundabout. It's expected that this will probably be going on for the next 40 days or so. So I'm going to ask persons out there who are traveling east and west on Carmichael to drive with 2 care and attention. And if you can, plan your route and any special road you like to take off of that main thoroughfare to avoid any heavy flow of traffic.
I know for the last few weekends there have been problems with protocols, COVID-19 protocols, a number of motorists still not abiding and adhering to the COVID-19 protocols. Any other concerns as we speak?
That is definitely still concern, and we're going to continue to encourage persons for your safety and the safety of your loved ones and other persons to respect the law that's in place and obey the protocols that are set. There's nothing personal. It is in place for your safety and the safety of others. Whether you accept it or not, let's respect one another and do it in brotherly love.
Thank you very much, Corporal Patrick Kemp from the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division. I want to reiterate what he said: to obey the rules of the road, adhere to the COVID-19 protocols, and let's have a great week. LaDawn and Charles, back to you in the studio.
Thanks a lot, Des. Looking pretty good on the outside. 79 degrees, clouds and sun, winds east at 7 miles per hour. Humidity 83%. The combination of streaming tropical moisture along with multi-level troughing will increase rain chances across portions of the country today. Elsewhere, high pressure will maintain moderate to fresh winds across the central and southeast Bahamas. Northwest Bahamas weather partly cloudy to cloudy, very warm and humid with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms throughout tonight. Central and southeast Bahamas weather variable cloudiness, warm and breezy with a few scattered showers and a chance of an isolated thunderstorm mainly across the central Bahamas throughout tonight. Daytime high temperature 88 degrees Fahrenheit, your overnight low 75. Looking ahead to tomorrow, expect some rain Tuesday, cloudy with a thunderstorm 84 in the day, 74 at night, and also for Wednesday, breezy with a stray thunderstorm, daytime high temperature 82 75 at night.
Police starting the week investigating a homicide. Press Liaison Officer ASP Audley Peters provides the details.
Police were called to a homicide on Washington Street. On arrival of the officers, they met a body of a male lying on the ground with apparent gunshot wounds. The preliminary information is that family members heard the sounds of gunshots, and when they went outside, they met their relative on the ground. Emergency medical services were summoned, and on their arrival, after examining the body, they pronounced the body lifeless.
2 males were arrested on the island of Exuma for being in possession of a large quantity of suspected marijuana. They were transported to the capital late last night via the Marine Patrol Unit.
Officers in the Exuma district were on routine marine patrols in the area of Pharmacy when they would have observed a vessel with 2 males aboard. The occupants of this vessel, on seeing the police, fled. A short chase ensued. The officers managed to intercept the vessel and boarded the craft. A search was conducted of the cabin, where the officers found 4 croaker sacks containing a substance believed to be marijuana. The suspects were arrested. The vessel was taken to Georgetown, where a further search was conducted, and 25 croaker sacks containing suspected marijuana was found. The subjects in this matter are in their 40s and are known to police.
The Ministry of Health's latest release showing 36 new cases of COVID-19, 30 here in New Providence, 3 over in Andros, 2 in Grand Bahama, and 1 in Abaco. The overall nationwide count now stands at 11,796. 2 of the New Providence cases reported a history of travel within the last 14 days. 24 of the new cases are female. The other 12 are male. There are 57 hospitalized cases, 54 moderately ill, and 3 in the intensive care unit. 58 more recoveries have taken place, and that total now stands at 10,730. 756 cases remain active. The Ministry of Health is also releasing the latest COVID-19 vaccination numbers. 55,037 doses have now been administered. That's up nearly 5,000 from last week. Of that total, 46,378 have taken 1 dose, while 8,659 have been fully vaccinated. Minister of Foreign Affairs and North Abaco Member of Parliament, the Honourable Darren Henfield, concedes that emerging shanty towns have been hard to manage. Minister Henfield led a United Nations tour of those irregular communities on Saturday, pointing out just how hazardous and inaccessible the communities are. He added that despite the many setbacks brought on by Hurricane Dorian and now the pandemic, there is optimism that Abaco will rebound.
Abaco is on the rise. It's in a place where we can have an explosion in construction, and we anticipate that, but we just need serious people to come and help us to rebuild. The one concern that the government has is that we should have been able to provide housing or facilities for people before we removed irregular communities, but we simply couldn't. But we don't want a country of anarchy, right? The Bahamian Sea, foreign people come and rebuild, and then they want to rebuild, and they can't. You just can't come and go on a piece of property and rebuild without regulation.
The Ministry of Disaster Preparedness and Reconstruction closing out Disaster Preparedness Month with a service at Christ Church Cathedral. Minister of State, the Honorable Pakeisha Parker Edgecombe, spoke about preparing for the rigors of another hurricane season, which officially begins tomorrow, Tuesday, June 1st. While memories of 2019's Hurricane Dorian still remain in the forefront of everyone's minds.
One thing that I know that we all can learn from that horrific hurricane is that what happens to one of us happens to all of us. And as we move into the hurricane season, we are here today to garner prayers for our nation, to continue to pray for those who would have been impacted significantly, and to join in hands in preparing for our country. We cannot do it alone. Our theme for this month would have been, we are all NEMA stronger than ever. It will take each and every one of us to support each other moving forward if we are to fight any hurricane that comes our way. We cannot determine what Mother Nature has in store for us, but we can determine how we prepare for it.
A big win on Sunday for DeAndre Ayton and the Phoenix Suns. They took down the LA Lakers 192 to even the Western Conference first round series at 2 games apiece. DA going most of his damage in the second half. He finished with 14 points and 17 rebounds. The Suns now have regained home court and return home for Game 5, and that's coming up tomorrow on Tuesday. Now for those 2 trivia questions, LaDawn. Who is the first voice you hear on 1540 in the morning? You can call 502-3870 and give your answer. You'll be able to win 2 ZNS 85th anniversary t-shirts and also a NEMA question, since we have them in studio this morning. Who was the first interim director of NEMA? We now have 2 questions. Who is the first voice you hear in the morning on 1540? And who was the first interim director of NEMA? You can win yourself 2 85th anniversary t-shirts.
And when we come back, we'll take a look at backyard farming. So keep it locked.
Everything is changing, and your favorite hardware and home improvement store is getting with the program. We Buy You Sell is rolling out its new online shopping feature. If you go to our website, wbusbahamas.com, it's a quick and easy 3-step process. Step 1, browse the gallery and select your item. Step 2, add to cart. And Step 3, check out. Go to our website, wbusbahamas.com, to shop with us today.
ZNS Shopping Network is the place for deals. Bahamas, get ready for our national launch coming June 1st, 2021. For the first time ever, any store can advertise their sale items or discounted coupons on ZNS. And you get TV and radio commercials at never before seen prices. So if you got stuff and you want to put it on sale, we will tell the entire Bahamas about it. So merchants, log on to ZNSShoppingNetwork.com and click the merchant inquiry button and get started.
Well, the Atlantic hurricane season is right at our doorstep and officially starts in just a few hours. This morning, we're joined once again by NEMA's Deputy Permanent Secretary and my beautiful Soror, Gail Outen-Munker. Gail, it's always a pleasure having you here on the Morning Edition.
Good morning, Bahamas. Good morning, LaDawn.
So, Gail, tell us a little bit about the 2021 Atlantic hurricane season, which begins today, and NEMA's preparation plan. Is it fully activated yet?
Well, basically, we're always activated. Well, for the hurricane season in particular, you know, we've always been doing our checks, our what we call communication checks, looking for the redundancies with the telephones, the satellite phones, our radio checks. We also try to stay connected with our Family Island administrators, ensuring that we're connected with them. In terms of our checks, we've just done a simulation exercise with the Northern Command and the Pacific Disaster Center, where we did a simulation exercise on the hurricane, where it came up the northern Bahamas, straight up the chain, affecting all of the islands. So with those type of things, when we talk about being prepared, yes, we are. We also do a lot of training. We get a lot of information out to our counterparts, the different agencies, and we try to work together in terms of when we're doing our checks throughout the family of islands.
And speaking of information, NEMA's educational campaign during Disaster Month this month, was that successful around the islands?
Yes, I would think it was. We also had an expedition this week, well, on the weekend, I should say, on Saturday. It started off at 12 noon, and we ended at about 6, 7 o'clock. Saturday, and I would say that was pretty successful. We had several booths. We had the Red Cross, we had the emergency medical services there, we had PHA, we had water and sewage. There was NEMA's booth also. We also had some persons there with the food from the tin furl, as they said. I was going to say foil, but it's not furl. We also had Alive, we've had BPL, and so many other persons. That's why you should not start calling names if you can't remember all. But we had a very good turnout with most of our agencies off the disaster committee.
Gail, thank you so much for joining us here on the morning edition, and all the best to you and the team there at NEMA as we go into another active hurricane season. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And this morning we introduce you to two young men who have started a national crusade to promote food security and wellness. Here's Desmond Saunders.
It was an idea conceived 2 years ago and now occupying 390 square feet of space behind the CG Atlantic House, Collins Avenue, is a garden beaming with a wide assortment of fresh fruits and vegetables.
We've expanded. We've grown so many crops. You know, we've had from tomatoes to sweet peppers to cabbage, kale, pumpkin, squash, radishes, so many things.
Corporate Wellness Manager Donovan Ingram and Assistant Wellness Manager at CG Atlantic, Naval Miller, pitched the idea 2 years ago to company executives to promote healthy lifestyles in the country. Since its inception in 2019, the garden has produced and distributed 125 fresh vegetables to staff members.
We started this farm in hopes of just educating staff members about the ways they could be a bit more sustainable. Also to improve on the quality of nutrition, you know, because we find that a lot of the times they're bringing stuff from lunch that are not very healthy, and we thought we wanted to kind of create the mindset that fresh vegetables were the connection for them to be a little bit more healthy and to reduce chronic diseases.
The response was actually a resounding welcoming response from our executive team. They understand the importance of establishing a backyard garden here at CG Atlantic. They understand the importance of individuals being self-sustainable, learning the techniques of backyard gardening as well. And because we are the only insurance provider in the country that has a wellness department, it was important for us to re-emphasize the importance of health and wellness for our colleagues and also as wellness members.
The garden is equipped with the necessary tools to keep it growing: soil, sunlight, and an irrigation system that waters the soil twice a day, as well as a full endorsement of its employees.
These things have made a big difference when it comes to the mindset of our staff. A lot of them are wanting to start their own backyard garden space, which we wanted, you know, and also I think they appreciate that this garden space is here because they can walk out of the office and have a bit of a reflection time in the space itself.
Customers also eager to view this natural wonder.
Our clientele are also interested in certain spaces like this as well. They're using this as a replica for them to create their own garden spaces. In the past, we would have done some farmers market tours that were moving people around the country, showing them where the farmers markets were, getting them exposed to purchasing those things from BAIC and other farmers. And I think that's been a lasting taste in our clients' mouth. So without further ado, we said, you know what, let's start our own garden space.
These young men hope their efforts would spark a national revolution, reducing our food imports and contributing to a healthy Bahamas.
Official, I saw some healthy beet and lettuce and everything.
That is something I hope other companies will do the same if they have space in their backyard like that. And those, like you said, those fruits green and rich, and that's what I should be eating as much as I can right now, because, you know, I'm still trying to get this body in shape for the summer,
Yeah, how close are you in getting that? How close are you?
About 30 pounds.
30 pounds lighter?
Yeah, 30 pounds.
That's good. So you
just need to find some tennis shoes.
See, I was telling you that all along. We need to do that challenge.
Read the day in Bahamian history.
As we head to the break, we take a look back at the day in Bahamian history. On May 31st, 1943, the Agriculture and Marine Products Board shipped a trial consignment of 80 hampers of sweet peppers and 200 crates of English pineapples to Miami. Also on May 31st, 1998, the government's $1.5 million traffic reversal plan was implemented in downtown Nassau. Among the changes, Bay Street was made one-way going east, while Shirley Street was made one-way going west.
Did you know that there are over 30,000 Bahamians with diabetes and another 23,000 with prediabetes? Each year, this number is expected to increase. Many people who have diabetes are unaware. If you are having blurry vision, feeling thirsty, urinating frequently, or are unusually tired or losing weight despite a healthy diet, you may have diabetes. If you have a parent or sibling that has diabetes, you are also at an increased risk of developing diabetes. If you have noticed any of these symptoms, it is important to see your doctor, who will perform the necessary tests to confirm the diagnosis. Together, we can beat diabetes.
In this age of spin, when so much information is suspect, people are searching for information they can trust. The answer? A closer look.
We made tremendous progress with respect to reducing the deficit.
The fact that there will be more infections suggests that there could be more deaths.
But if it is more transmissible, and those strains are all more transmissible, then it means that more people will get infected, more people will have symptomatic disease.
Something about metering.
You're not going to be able to owe BPL $10,000, $20,000.
That situation is in order now, eh?
As you load up that meter, you can use your power.
We in essence have done something with a health travel visa that's going to help our tourism product.
A closer look with Anthony Newbold, where you get the facts you can believe in. Mondays at 8 p.m. and Wednesdays at 9 a.m. right here on the ZNS Television Network.
The 242 will be well represented at the NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championship for Division I, which starts June 9th in Eugene, Oregon. Following regionals this past weekend, a number of Bahamians have qualified. Starting in the West, Houston's Brian Bethel punching a ticket in 4 events, the Open Women's 100, 200, along with both relays. Texas Tech's Terrence Jones ran a personal best to hit his spot in the men's 200 meters, while also helping the Red Raiders qualify in the 4x1. Washington State's Charisma Taylor broke her own school record in the women's triple jump to secure her spot. Arkansas's Laquan Nairn has qualified in the men's triple jump, while Serena Brown will represent Iowa in the women's shot put. From the East region, 2 Bahamians from the Purdue Boilermakers qualifying, sprinter Samson Colbrook in the 200 and 4x1, and Tamar Green in the men's triple jump. Megan Moss qualified in 3 events for the Kentucky Wildcats, the women's 400, along with both relays. Tanisha Anderson and the Florida Gators also moving on in the women's 4x4 as the top-seeded team after breaking a facility record. Meantime, Adrian Curry and the Ohio State Buckeyes men's 4x1 team will also have a lane in Eugene, Oregon. And as we await the Division I championships, the Division II championships were held over this past weekend. Minnesota State's Tanisha Cartwright earning All-American status in 4 events. She helped her team to a second-place finish in the 4x1, was 3rd in the 100-meter hurdles, 7th in the 200, and 8th in the century. Over at the NAIA National Championships, a couple of Bahamians claiming national titles. Bria Sands won the women's long jump for Life Eagles, while Kushan Campbell anchored Wayland Baptist to victory in the 4x4. Sands also earned All-American status in the women's triple jump, finishing 2nd, while Campbell was an All-American in the women's 800, finishing 6th. Antonishka DeVoe, an All-American for Indiana Tech as well, helping the women's 4x1 team to a 3rd place finish. Switching to college baseball, Ellison Hanna coming up big for the Indiana State Sycamores in the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament. In 5 games, he went a combined 5 for 14 with 2 home runs, 9 runs batted in, and 7 runs scored, while being named to the all-tournament team. Indiana State lost to the championship, the Dallas Baptists, who will now have to wait to see where they go when the selection show is held later on today. Now, one of Hannah's home runs over the weekend was a grand slam, and he had a chance to speak about it after the game.
Not even gonna lie, it was an unrealistic feeling, something I can't describe. You know, I think I've never hit a grand slam in college before, and I think that with it being my first hit of the day, it was probably the most important hit of the day, and that was just to see everybody's emotions, to see everybody happy that we not only took the lead, but be happy for me that I put us in that situation was an unbelievable feeling, something I'll never forget for the rest of my life.
After the break, how COVID-19 led a musician to finding another talent.
You are a healthcare worker. Thank you for fighting on the front lines against COVID-19. It is normal to feel stressed when taking care of others who don't feel well. But remember to take care of yourself. Don't forget to rest between shifts, eat healthy meals, engage in physical activity, and stay connected to family and friends. Avoid harmful coping strategies like drinking alcohol. For managers of healthcare workers, the same tips apply to you. Here's how you can help. Consistently give updates. Rotate staff between high and low stress level functions. Encourage work breaks and ensure that they know where they can find help. We are here for you.
He spends most of his time at his beloved Nirvana Beach making music, but recently Chris Fox has ventured into writing as the COVID-19 pandemic took hold and revealed another of his talents. Here's Keishla Adderley.
Since he constructed his first guitar and started playing the strings as a child in his native Long Island, musician Chris Fox hasn't looked back. But like many others, the COVID-19 vaccine pushed him in a new direction.
Part of the book, this talk about like what it says, excellence in music. But to the back, I did a little biography called My Whole Life is Music, see?
Now, his next musical project was derailed because of the pandemic. That's when he started putting pen to paper in a new way.
It's about, I say 6 years ago, the book was finished. Before Miles died, he did the forward for me. And Lady Finland did the preface, but we were supposed to release it, but the pandemic came on, and so we had to slow down. Because what we wanted to do was do a big concert with a 40-piece orchestra here, and then go to Cuba, then go to Nashville, and then go to where I graduated from, Boston, Massachusetts, Berklee College of Music. That was the plan.
While he's a musician at heart, spending many days in front of his keyboard or producing musical arrangements, Fox has learned a thing or two about life that he wants to share.
I mean, if you have a dream or you have a vision in life, right? This book would really help you, show you the pitfalls and, you know, what you should do from what you shouldn't do, you know? So I just been writing, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have to, you know, think about it. It just came and I just write. I really do write when I have to push for it and when I have to force it. I write when it just comes. It could happen to me 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I could be writing on the beach, running, exercising on the beach, and I would run back to the computer and have the idea, because the same idea never come to you again.
There's lots of music and knowledge still flowing from this award-winning musician. Look out for this next production on the spiritual side.
Took the Bible, I read it through from Genesis to Revelation to the last book in the Bible, and I just took prayers, like say 100 ways to pray the word, so take things from them. So it's like praying, honoring God, reminding God of his word, and praying his word back to him.
Well, you know, Fisher Radio Bahamas is celebrating 85 years, and tomorrow we're going to have some more stories.
Features, but we have a winner this morning, Evelyn Nabi. She called right away. Congratulations, you won yourself an 85th anniversary
t-shirt. And then Nima question still available, right?
Still available. Who was the first interim director of NEMA? You can call 502-3870. And also win yourself a nice T-shirt as well.
I love those T-shirts. You're going to wear one?
Yeah, we're going to wear one on
Thursday?
Friday is holiday. 4 days of working this week.
It's a short week.
Yeah, short week.
So you're going to have fun. We're going to have fun this weekend.
But I also like to say hello to one of our avid viewers I met. Her son in the store on this past weekend. He said, your mom likes to watch you on the dawn every morning. So Irene King over there in Dumfries, Cat Island. Thanks. Yeah,
so what was the answer?
The answer for the truth. Hope Shelly. Good morning,
I mean, you could hear her prayer singing in this radio studios. Oh, wow.
Soundproof, and you can still hear us from the walls in the back.
Yeah, she has a lot of energy, always bursting with her energy. And be sure to stay tuned into the ZNS Network for news as it happens, TV and radio updates throughout the day. Then you can tune into the Northern Edition in the Bahamas tonight at 7 with Makush Lapinder. And that's a wrap for us this morning for the entire team.
Good morning. Have a great day, everybody.